Hey Canucks fans, Russian free agent forward Andrei Kuzmenko is coming to Vancouver for a second interview, and let's talk about some options for adding some sandpaper to the Canucks lineup. I am Canuck Clay. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Monday, June the 13th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Yes, hit the subscribe button like 9,000 other people have done. Thank you. I crested over the 9,000 subscriber mark over the weekend, and now I have my eyes set on 10,000, and my goal for that is the end of this calendar year. We'll see how that goes. Thanks also for joining me in yesterday's live stream. Had my son Jacob on as we prepare to leave for Sweden on Thursday, and then tonight, don't forget to join Parker and me for Canucks After Dark at our usual 10 p.m. slot on Monday nights. Okay, two things I want to talk about. First one is Andrei Kuzmenko. We know the Russian free agent forward is being highly sought after, and it sounds like exactly a month ago, actually, just about a month ago, May 12th, was the last time I vlogged about Kuzmenko. At that time, I said, according to Elliot Friedman, it's probably down to 5 teams: Vancouver, Edmonton, Nashville, Vegas, and Carolina. Well, Darren Dreger of TSN just tweeted this morning that he didn't say it was down to 4 teams, but he's aware that Kuzmenko is meeting with 4 teams. He said Edmonton and Vancouver, as well as 2 U.S. cities. So maybe it happens to be 2 of those 3, Vegas, Carolina, or Nashville. Though I thought I saw a report that said he was in Florida over the weekend. Regardless, it's exciting that the Canucks are still in the mix to land Kuzmenko, who, as Dreger said, wants to make a decision in the next 10 days or so. He is a skilled forward. He had over a point, I think he had 53 points in 45 or 47 games in the KHL. He's played 4 seasons in the K, most recently, actually all of them with St. Petersburg, SKA St. Petersburg, which is the same team that Podkolzin played for a couple of years. So there's a bit of familiarity there, but more importantly, I think Kuzmenko will go to a team that will offer him an opportunity to play in a top 6, at least a top 9, but maybe even a top 6 role right away. Because of his age, he's 26 years old. He only has to, yet you get to become a UFA at 27. So when he comes in, he will just sign a 1-year entry-level contract, making $925, $950,000. It's under $1 million, just under a shed, or no, what am I trying to say? A hair. That's what I was trying to say. A hair under $1 million a year, and then he'll be up for a free agent contract as a UFA. So that's this deal with Kuzmenko. I'm sure we'll hear more about it once he actually interviews here in Vancouver. I believe the first interview was over Zoom with Rutherford and probably Alvin and Boudreau, but now he can see the city and in all its glory. And who wouldn't want to come to a city that looks like this? Although I'm trying to figure out if I should go shade. That seems a little bright, but maybe that's a little better. Okay, let's try that. Although half my face will get tanned, which is okay. So Andrei Kuzmenko, second interview with Vancouver, and a decision looming over the next 10 days. Other thing I want to talk about today is sandpaper. And no, I'm not doing a school project or something for work. A lot of you guys have been asking me about this on my live streams, on my Ask Me Anythings, and The Athletic even today, Harman Dial wrote an article about 10 UFAs that the Canucks could approach or try and sign that would add sandpaper to their lineup. And why are we talking about sandpaper? Well, back in May last month, Jim Rutherford was on a podcast, I think it was Daily Faceoff, with Frank Cervalli, and he said among the needs for what he wants to do for the Vancouver Canucks is add more grit, add more sandpaper. And he wants to add skill, he wants to add speed, he wants to add a top 4D, and he wants to add sandpaper. And you kind of look at the Canucks right now, and you think of sandpaper, you think they're gritty, they're coarse. So, analogous to a hockey player, stand up for guys, not afraid to fight, to muck things up. Really, it's Schenn, it's Burrows. You could say that JT Miller plays with a bit of sandpaper, but Canucks aren't the tough. Hamonic played with a bit of sandpaper when he was here. But it's clear to see that the Canucks don't have enough players like that. So 3 players I thought of that really catch my eye, and they're all 3 of them were on Harman Dial's top 10 list. One of them is Andrew Kopp. I first noticed Andrew Kopp when he played for Winnipeg a few years ago. Then he obviously in the most recent Rangers run in the playoffs. He's good, and he's not, he only had 8 or 10 penalty minutes, so it's not like he's gonna smoke people or run around and hurt people or take a lot of penalty minutes. But he plays tough, and he's skilled. He's kind of like a really nice mix of, he can be a top 6 guy, but he definitely be a third line guy. So he's like a perfect third line guy. I think of a guy like Hansen. Jannik Hansen played with sandpaper. He was fast, but he wasn't like dirty. But he played tough enough, and he played gritty. And that's, I think when you think of sandpaper, you think gritty more than tough. Sandpaper is gritty, it's coarse. So Jannik Hansen was like that. And I think that Andrew Kopp is like that a lot. Like I said, a nice mix of skill and grit. And he'd be a perfect, he made just under $4 million this season. So we'll see what his next contract looks like. Another guy named Mason Marchment, played in Florida most recently. He's big. He's a lot bigger than Kopp is. He's 6'4", over 200 pounds, obviously. And he's someone that I think we're starting to hear a little bit more of recently, and I think we'll hear of more going forward. I don't know a lot about Marchment, to be honest with you, even though I picked him in one of my hockey pools, but I know I've seen his name around quite a bit. And a third one is Nick Deslauriers. We remember him. He played in Minnesota. People loved him there. Played in Anaheim most recently, including injuring Kyle Burroughs back in November when he stapled Burroughs to the boards on a forecheck. And Deslauriers is good. He's got some hands too. He scored a couple goals against us this season, and he's got decent speed for a big guy. But when he's out there, he's tough. He's jawing with guys. He's going after guys, and he's playing really tough. So Deslauriers is one of those guys where I think you hate to play against him, but you love to have him on your team. So there's 3 options there: Andrew Kopp, Mason Marchment, and Nick Deslauriers. I also saw names on that list like Curtis Lazar and others. So check that out if you want to. If you're an Athletic subscriber, Harman Dow wrote a really good article. So I'd love to know from you guys is, A, do you think the Canucks need more sandpaper? I think your answer will be yes. But B, what type of players would be good in that role? Who would you want the Canucks to try and attract in free agency? So Canucks fans, 2 thoughts there. And then add in your thoughts about Kuzmenko as well. What do you know about him, and do you want the Canucks to land him? So Kuzmenko and sandpaper, and maybe Kuzmenko can bring a bit of sandpaper, but I'm not sure if that's exactly his type of game. So let me know in the comments below how you're feeling today, what you're thinking of, and we will go from there. I'll give a shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And Advanced City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame members Jens 95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovelander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listening to my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. As always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to. Feel free to leave a tip via a super thanks if you'd like to. Always appreciate those, especially if you like the content that I'm bringing. Definitely become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to, and leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Tell me about Kuzmenko, and tell me what kind of players the Canucks can bring in to add more sandpaper to the lineup. And the fact that we're 8 minutes in, the fact that you've made it to the end of this video, I think simple. Sandpaper. Put that as the keyword, whether it's 1 or 2 words, doesn't really matter. But if you type that out, then I know you made it to the end of this video. Okay, friends, have a great day. Parker and me, Canucks After Dark tonight, 10 p.m. Hope to see you there. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.